So almost 2 years ago now, the Doctor Who 60th specials were released to the public. I had a one-time viewing experience, decided that I liked them, and then moved on. Just to be clear, I'm yet to watch them again. So I decided to go back and watch them, and then come back here and review them for you lot. So we start with the Star Beast. I'm going to give you a little rundown of the episode, and then I'll do my bits afterwards. Now, the episode starts with this really sort of goofy intro. Yeah, not great. The Doctor then lands in London after just becoming David Tennant again, and what are the chances he lands next to Donna Noble? I mean, just pure coincidence, obviously. It's not the fact that it's a TV show. I did find it quite funny when he picked the box up and then put it back after he realised who it was behind the box. There was a gag where Donna was shouting for her daughter Rose and just kept shouting Rose, and obviously the Doctor was like, what? And it was a classic David Tennant what? I did like that. Then a spaceship crashes in the distance and Donna misses it again because she misses everything. There's a joke about how the Doctor used to be a woman. The Doctor pretends that he's friends with Neris to get information out of Sean Temple, who is Donna's husband. And look, the fake news broadcasts are back. I do like those, and I'm very glad they're back because there wasn't many of them in the Jodie era. The Doctor sneaks into the grounds where the spaceship landed, and we catch a glimpse of Shirley, who is the new head of something at unit. I can't remember. Rose and Donna are walking down the streets where a group of kids from Rose's school shout transphobic comments to Rose, calling her by her ex-name Jason. We enter the Noble Temple house, and Rose goes outside into the shed, and we meet Sylvia, and Sylvia still treats Donna terribly. Rose goes out into the back alley of the house, and this annoying kid comes on, who I actually quite like because he's so enthusiastic about aliens. They go to explore the crash landing, but Rose forgets her phone, so she has to go back. On her way back in the alleyway, she bumps into Beep the Meep, but she doesn't seem to care at all. This woman, who has never met an alien before, meets an alien, and her reaction is this.
You can talk.
We're back with the Doctor now, and he has his sonic screwdriver, and somehow it just opens up a massive screen in front of him, which never happened before, and I'm glad it hasn't happened since. Shirley commands soldiers to enter the spaceship, but they get taken over by some weird force that possesses them. Back at the Noble Temple house, Rose is secretly looking after the Meep, and they're having a little bonding session about not fitting in. Anyway, Donna comes in, so the Meep goes and hides among Rose's toy collection that she makes to get money. But Donna catches the Meep, and she freaks out, which causes Sylvia to stress about Donna remembering. Then the Doctor just decides to show up. The possessed soldiers are then coming up with a sort of plan. We don't really know what the plan is, but we'll find out in a minute. The Doctor's just sort of sat in the living room and misunderstands some words and thinks that Wilf is now dead, which at the time of airing, the actor who played Wilf was dead, so this led many of us to believe that there was going to be no Wilf cameo. Then there's a bit where pronouns come up. The Doctor refers to the Meep as he, where Rose then butts in and says, you're assuming he is a pronoun, and the Doctor goes, oh yeah, what are you? And the Meep goes, oh, I'm the Meep. Now, again, don't have an issue with this. It sort of just feels very slapped in there for the sake of being slapped in there. It just feels like you're being taken out of the story to then have a little lesson and then be thrown back into the story. I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people made it out to be, but I don't think it needed to be there. But the Doctor's talking to the Meep. They're sort of trying to understand each other. And what I don't like is how David Tennant isn't being cautious around Donna at all. Like, he just openly says that he has two hearts and doesn't want to cover it up, even though Sylvia suggests that he should. Like, we're remembering here that this girl is going to blow up if she remembers him, and he's just sat there going, yeah, I'm an alien. Yeah, I got two hearts. Yeah, I got a sonic screwdriver. It's cool. Anyway, then the possessed soldiers just decide to show up, and then they start attacking everyone. Then the gang start climbing through the lofts of terrace houses. They break through the walls because the sonic can do that, and they sneak out of this man's house who's asleep. They all get in Sean's taxi and drive to an abandoned car park, where David Tennant does his best Judge Rinder impression and calls out the Meep. The Meep turns evil and kills the space police and insults Rose in the process. The Doctor's doing some techno babble but gets knocked out, and the fam are now sat in the back of a truck, and Donna moans about giving her lottery winnings away to charity. Yeah. They arrive at the spaceship where the gang are ordered to be locked up by the Meep. Shirley breaks them out but then tells the Temple nobles to leave, but Donna insists on staying. The Doctor starts pressing buttons to try and turn the ship off. Donna wants to help but is shut down for some reason, and then he just immediately gives in the next sentence, so it's pretty irrelevant. Then a barrier comes up and the Doctor can't press all the buttons he needs in order to save the world, and it's getting really tense now because the ground starts opening up around London. 9 million people gonna die. The Doctor says that there is just one thing he can do to save the world, but it will kill Donna. Donna accepts and remembers all the things that she's not supposed to. He starts waffling about like trees and birds and stuff, and then gets to the binary that made her mind fry in the first place. Donna then remembers and starts kicking off about giving away lottery money again. Yeah, we get it. You won 122 million pounds. You gave it away, whatever. And she then helps fix the spaceship with her Time Lord brain. The Meek's plan fails. Nice. Donna then flipping dies, and the soldiers with the swirly eyes try and kill the Doctor, but Rose presses some buttons and the Doctor Donna is saved. Donna is alive because the meta-crisis is passed down to Rose when she was born. Then the best piece of dialogue in Doctor Who history is said.
There's a word for you, Doctor, and that word is jammy.
Jam on toast.
And then the Doctor manipulates Donna for one last trip to go and see Wilf, and she spills coffee on the console and roll credits. Okay then, let's do this. So, I thought it was a good episode. I really did. It got a lot of stick when it came out. I think it's just because people think, oh, it's not as good as 2008. Yeah, whatever. I think Tennant still got it. He acted amazingly, and I think so did everyone. I mean, returning people like Sylvia and Donna and obviously David Tennant, but even new people like Rose and Shirley, it felt believable. I believe these characters exist, which is something that didn't happen during the Chibnall era. I didn't believe a single one of the Jodie characters existed, and if they did, then God bless anyone who has to be friends with Ryan Sinclair, because that cannot be easy. I really like the inclusion of Rose being non-binary. I think it really does help stretch out to people who are non-binary and don't feel represented enough in TV shows, especially ones like Doctor Who. However, I can understand people getting a bit infuriated when that scene about pronouns came up. I personally don't really care. It's like a 5-second thing, whatever, just skip past it. But it does sort of takes you out of the viewing experience and makes you think, oh, hold on, I'm watching a TV show now rather than I'm in the world of Doctor Who. There were some funny jokes in there. I can't lie, I really did. I found the jam on toast thing really, really funny, even though that's probably not even a joke, just a funny little thing that Russell slid into the script in the final minute. And just the overall vibes of the episode, it was a very happy episode. And at the end, you almost tear up because you think Donna's dead, even though we know she's not dead because we've seen there's three specials coming. I think if it was just one special and this was the 160th special, I would have been more inclined to maybe let a tear come out, because I might have thought maybe Donna is going to die because there's one episode. But the fact this is one of 3, I knew she was in the other 2, like I know she's not going to die, so there wasn't that sort of detached me from the emotions a bit. Like the other day I finished series 10. I watched the series 10 finale, and not gonna lie, the waterworks came out a little bit. Just going back to the non-binary thing as well, I really did like how at the end the explanation for Donna not dying is because she's passed it down into her daughter. What I dislike is how they tied in the whole binary thing. I just don't think I think that actually takes away from Rose being non-binary. Now all I'm thinking is the reason she's non-binary is because Russell wanted to make a non-binary character to fit that narrative of the binary, non-binary thing. So I wasn't a fan of that for that reason. Like, obviously, I don't have a problem with non-binary people, alright? This is the internet nowadays, you have to say this sort of thing. You can't just accept that people think you're a decent human being, because that doesn't happen. One thing I really disliked was the pure sexist ending. Like, it just was sexist. And as much as, men have been sexist for years, yeah, whatever, it's not really relevant, to be honest. Like, all sexism shouldn't exist. It doesn't matter what gender you are. And the ending was sexist. Like, we can't come out and say it's not. Like, it literally is. Donna and Rose are sat there talking to the Doctor, saying, Doctor, if you were still a woman, you'd understand this, because women can let things go, but men, they can't let things go. So we'll just let the energy go. What a bollocks ending as well. Like, they couldn't even come up with a good ending. At least make the Meep dude, like, set off a bomb or something that ejects it out of them. Just a really stupid ending, I thought. Like, imagine if the Doctor said, oh, Donna, to kill these Daleks, then we've got to put up a shelf, so bye-bye, I'll do this bit because I'm a man, I put up shelves. Or like, to kill these Sontarans, we've got to clean the kitchen, so Donna, I'll let you do that. You can clean the kitchen to kill the Sontarans, and I'll go do manly stuff. It just wasn't needed. I just don't think it was needed. And, oh, I'm triggered. I'm not triggered, I just think it really has gone against the whole message that Russell's tried to push throughout this whole episode. This whole episode is really trying to make everyone be seen, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you have a gender, you don't have a gender, whether you were a man, you now are a woman, like whatever. The whole point of this episode is you're meant to be loved. And then at the end, he just throws that out there. So I don't know, I find it a bit weird. Weird take from him. I think he's just trying to please certain people, but I don't know, this was 2 years ago now. I quite like Russell's writing, so I'm not going to hold a grudge. Overall, I really did like the episode. I thought it was really good. It was a nice throwback to 2007, 2008, when the original series of these were airing. I would give it a out of 5. I liked it. I think I'd give it a higher end of a 3, so I'd probably go like 3.8, 3.9. I don't think it was quite a 4, but I think, yeah, 3.8, 3.9 for me. On to the next one. What is it called? Wild Blue Yonder. On to Wild Blue Yonder. So we start in Isaac Newton's garden, where we meet this lovely woman. Wonder if we'll see her in the new series. The Dr. Donna crash into a tree and reveal to Mr. Newton that he invented gravity, which causes him to mishear it as mavity. This is so irrelevant to the plot that it's crazy to me. If I'm missing something, let me know in the comments. The TARDIS crashes into a spaceship at the end of the universe, and the Doctor and Donna run out of it. The TARDIS starts growling and apparently needs time to repair, so the pair go for a walk. They spot a little robot down a massive corridor and they go to investigate. Donna says, at least there's mavity on this ship, which is playing on the Newton joke from the start, guys. But they're all brought to shock as it turns out that the HADs weren't disabled, so the TARDIS flies away because it sensed a danger. The Doctor and Donna argue about whose fault it was, but then comfort each other afterwards, which is just another reason why I love these two. It's real. The circuit layout of the spaceship changes and the pair are not sure why. Mr. Tennant steps on a floorboard and a tuk-tuk comes out because it's Doctor Who. They go and speak to the robot who they name Jimbo, and they notice that he takes a small step every now and then. The Doctor then techno-babbles on some screens and finds out that someone opened an airlock door 3 years ago, but there are no signs of life forms at the minute. The Doctor then realises that the pair are on a spaceship at the edge of the universe. The Doctor claims that he's never been this far out, which, by the way, he definitely has. They then hear a noise and run towards it. The layout changes again and Jimbo takes another step forward. The Doctor then licks alien stuff because he's the Doctor and pretends to be poisoned, but then reveals that he was pulling our leg. The Doctor and Donna split up to search in different rooms. The Doctor then re-enters Donna's room, but then we cut to the Donna re-entering the Doctor's room because it turns out that they're doppelgangers and not really them, guys. Their arms are too long. The Doctor attempts to talk with them and David Tennant sees Sabrina Carpenter. The pair run away in their golf buggy and the Not Things are chasing them, but they grow massive. The Doctor realises that the gangers have the same mind as them. This freaks Donna out. The pair go to climb an event, but the layout changes and they get separated. They then meet up again, but aren't sure if they're meeting the real ones or the fake ones. Fake Donna taunts Mr. Tennant about not being from Gallifrey and actually not knowing where he's from. She mentions the flux, which now makes Chibnall's mess canon. Yay! Real Donna is chased by fake Doctor, doing the head through legs move. David Tennant realises that Sabrina Carpenter isn't single anymore, and the Doctor then sprinkles some salt, which made everyone at Who culture think it's way more important than it is. Fake Donna starts counting the salt as it's a superstition. I really don't understand this bit, can someone feel free to comment down below. It's revealed that the bang they keep hearing is the captain of the ship banging on the mavity field. The captain killed herself to stop the gangers from copying her. She also activated self-destruct before she left. That's what the robot is. You know, when the robot's moving slowly bit by bit and the layout changes. Every time that happens, that's each second counting down over the past 3 years. They all start running down a corridor and Donna starts beefing Donna. The hostile action ends as the self-destruct is about to go off, so the TARDIS reappears and the Doctor takes the wrong Donna, but then goes back after he realises that fake Donna's arms are too long. Fake Donna gets ejected and real Donna hops in. The gangers get blown up. The Doctor moans about sprinkling salt and okay, now I sort of understand the hype. I must have just missed it my first time. And Wilf is waiting for them at the end of the adventure, just like Donna said. Wilf said that people have gone mad and then there's chaos all around them, and roll credits. Right, hello. Me again, here to talk about the episode that we just watched together. I went into this episode with really high hopes because everyone I know who watches Doctor Who says that Wild Blue Yonder is actually the best of the 360th specials. Whereas when I first watched the 3, I thought it was my least favourite. So I thought I'd go back, rewatch it, and maybe my mind would be changed and I'd start agreeing with my friends. So I think I went in with higher expectations than was needed. I think the thing that made the episode so good in the first place was that it didn't have high expectations, so then the episode was better than it was. Because personally, I think it was a really good episode, but I really don't think it's the best of the 3. Maybe I'm just super wrong. Maybe I'm really wrong, and maybe I need to watch it again, and then I'll probably start to compute it in my head. I also thought that the Isaac Newton scene at the beginning was really pointless. Don't get me wrong, I love pointless in Doctor... just punched myself. Don't get me wrong, I love pointless in Doctor Who, I really do, but we ended the last episode on like a really big tense moment, and we started this one after the credits on a really tense moment. It felt like this whole Isaac Newton bit was just sort of distracted us from the tension that was going on. At least that's how I felt, anyway. Anyway, enough of the downsides. Something I really loved was the Doctor and Donna arguing. Something we really don't get a lot between the Doctor and Ruby in season 1, and something we definitely did not get in the Chibnall era. Everyone was just Bezzy mates, and we were expected to believe that they were Bezzy mates, and they always got along, and they were really good friends, even though they were all so bloody boring. Anyway, yeah, it was relatable, because we've all done that with our friends. We all argue and say, oh, no, this is your fault that the TARDIS ran away, and no, it's your fault the TARDIS ran away, and then we make up and comfort each other afterwards and spoon. we don't do that. I also love how we have so many questions at the start, you know, why does the layout change? What's that banging? Why is the robot moving ever so slightly? Just things like that that were missing in the Chibnall era. This is why I love Russell's writing. He sets up so many things for you to wonder throughout the episode, like, why is this happening? What could be the solution of this? And it gets your brain racking and you just desperately want to know. Like the whole Susan Twist thing in season 1, like we were dying to know who she was, what's she doing, is she relevant, is she this, what is she, and whether you think that Empire of Death was a great season finale, like personally I loved it, but whether you think it was good or not, you can't deny that the mysteries kept you watching. And that overarching story. I'm just talking about season 1 now, not Wild Blue Yonder. Wild Blue Yonder, there were so many things set up for us to go, what's this? Why has this happened? The airlock, why is the airlock open? Who are these creatures? What are they trying to do? Why is there salt? Still don't really get why there's salt and why it was a massive thing, but you know, tell me. I liked the humour as well, there was a lot of comedy. I liked when the layout was changing of the spaceship and the Doctor, real Doctor and real Donna are being confronted. Sorry, I'm doing that to you. Real Donna and real Doctor are being confronted by fake Donna and fake Doctor who are here. And then as they're backing off into a wall, the layout changed and they spin round. And then Donna goes, "Oh, well, that's great. We've spun out of the way. That's really good." And then it spins back round. I thought that was really quite funny. And then they're face to face with the enemies again. I thought that, yeah, it was really funny, really clever. I do love that. Comedy in Doctor Who is really important, as well as the fact that it is a TV show, a serious TV show. We do need some jokes here and there, and I did love that. I really did. And at the end, when the explosion goes off and the real Doctor takes the fake Donna, first time I watched this, I genuinely thought that in the Giggle, that was it. Real Donna's dead. We were going to have the fake Donna throughout the whole of the Giggle. That didn't happen, and I'm sort of glad it didn't happen. But I mentioned in the last video that I knew Donna wasn't going to die because we'd seen that there were 3 specials, and we'd seen... We knew she was in other episodes. But this time, because it's a Donna doppelganger, in all the scenes we've seen in, it could have not been Donna, it could have been the doppelganger. So I did genuinely get a bit teary when the spaceship was about to blow up, because it could have been real Donna that died. It could have been. That's what I mean. Last time I criticised that, saying, Russell, the emotions weren't there because we know she's going to come back next episode. This time, we didn't know that, and that is what made me... That is what we need. Really clever from the Davies. Really, really clever. Again, the Wilf cameo was... It was great. It was really, really great. He died in summer 2022 when I was on holiday. And when I heard the news, I knew they were filming the 60th specials. And I just thought, I don't think Wilf's going to get a cameo then. If he's dead, like, I doubt they filmed anything just before that. And luckily they did. And luckily it was sort of kept under wraps. And when the episode aired, Russell immediately made a post saying that it was so great to have Bernard Cribbins back on the set. And sadly, this is the only bit of footage we could get with him. And I did think when I watched that, I was like, oh, I wish he didn't tell us that. But now looking back, I'm really glad he did tell us. Because the last thing we want is to expect him in the Giggle, and then when we get to the Giggle, realise that he's not in there. And we just had that scene. And now looking back, I can respect why Russell did that. And I think it was the right thing to do. But yeah, because he died, I thought that, you know, a cameo from him in the 60th special was impossible, but let's just say my eyes got a bit moist. Alright, let's just say that. So yeah, there you go. Wild Blue Yonder. I tell you what, as much as I have just said I don't think it was as good as the Star Beast, I've changed my mind completely. For me sitting down and talking to you lot now, I've realised that I did prefer this episode to the Star Beast. The Star Beast had a lot more going on because it had way more to live up to. You know, how is Donna's memories going to come back? Who's all these characters? And how are they returning? And all this blah blah blah. This was just a fun Doctor Who episode. So I would rate this higher. I would rate this a 4.4 out of 5. Okay, that's very high. A 4.4 out of 5 for me, Wild Blue Yonder. So, there you go. I've worked very hard on this series so far, so if you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like and subscribe with the notification bell on. Part 3 will be up very, very shortly. I'd like to say tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure because, you know, I've got life and all that. But hopefully, part 3 will be with you very, very soon. And I'll release them all in one video at the end as well, so if you want to just wait and binge, I mean, you've watched this now, so there's no point, but if you want to watch it again, then feel free to do that. But yeah, subscribe with the notification bell on, and on to the Giggle. We open in Soho, 1925, and a man enters a toy shop where he's joined by Barney from How I Met Your Mother. Barney is selling all the toys in the shop to this man, however he declines as there's only one toy that he wants. Stooky Bill. The man then says the most depressing line I've ever heard.
Born in Cheltenham,
And it turns out that this man is an assistant of Yogi Bear, who wants Stooky Bill to be the first thing on telly. Stooky catches fire and starts laughing, but he's rudely cut off by the title sequence. We're back to present day now, and we find out that the world has gone mad. There's chaos in the streets, cars are blowing up, everyone's crazy. This man then reveals to the Doctor that 2 days ago, everyone started thinking that they're right, and they started being so stubborn, and their human instincts came out. The Doctor and Donna then get picked up by Unit, and Donna orders that Wilf gets home safely. The Doctor and Donna are then taken to Unit. Kate and the Doctor reunite. Mel and the Doctor reunite. And every single human on Earth thinks that they're right. Well, that rhymes. Everyone's going mad, including the government. We also find out that if you've had a long time travel in the TARDIS, then it doesn't really affect you either. That's why Mel and Donna and Wilf weren't affected by it. We meet the Vlinks, who tells us that he's made an invention to stop people thinking that they're right, which is how all of the Unit people are fine. Anyway, the Vlinks has made this invention which stops you thinking that you're right all the time, going back to normal. They demonstrate that this can happen to everyone by turning it off on Kate. Kate then throws insults at Mel, Donna, Shirley, the lot, everyone. They finally pin her down and put it back on her, and Kate apologises for how she's treated everybody. Oh look, Trinity Wells is back, and she's an anti-vaxxer now. Units are receiving a signal, but they cannot figure out what it means. But Donna learns that the signal has peaks, and the peaks translate to music. It's an arpeggio, and it goes like this. La 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 la. God, what am I doing? All of the humans react weirdly to this tune, and it's then revealed that it's not a tune, it's a giggle from Stooky Bill. Remember the puppet that was in the first scene? He was the first thing on TV. Apparently he's been hiding in every screen since, and that's how all the humans know this tune. So the giggle is controlling humans and making them go haywire. Stooky Bill is just the puppet, but who's the puppeteer? The Doctor tells Unit to shoot down the satellite with this massive beam. The Doctor then finds the exact date that the broadcast was made, so him and Donna go back. They enter the shop where Stooky Bill was purchased and come face to face with Mr. Patrick Harris, and the Doctor realises who he is, and orders Donna to go back to the TARDIS. It's then revealed that Barney from Him Yam is actually just the Celestial Toymaker, which is a big reveal because the Celestial Toymaker's not been in Doctor Who for decades. He then goes and hides, so the pair have to go and find him. The Doctor explains to Donna who the Toymaker is and how he beat him last time, but now it's really low chances. Donna then says, oh, the dice doesn't know what the dice did last time. That's what my dad used to say. It's quite a nice moment. The Doctor then claims that it's his fault that the Toymaker has got into this dimension because he sprinkled the salt at the edge of the universe. Okay, I get it now. Again, I must have just missed this on my first watch through. The pair get separated and the Doctor finds a man tied up to the wall who has been turned into a puppet. Donna walks into a room and finds a minuscule talking doll who goes by the name of Stooky Sue. She's upset because her husband got taken off her husband, Stooky Bill. Then Donna gets attacked by the Stooky Babbies, but Donna beats the flip out of them. They reunite and the Toymaker taunts the Doctor about all his companions after Donna and how they died. The Doctor then challenges the Toymaker to a game of cards, where the Toymaker reveals that the Master lost the game recently and is now preserved in his tooth. The Doctor picks the lower card, which means he's lost, but now it's 1-1. As the Doctor won all those years ago, it's now 1-1, because the Toymaker's won now. It's 1-1. The Toymaker says that the final game will be in 2023, and then his shop closes up and disappears. We're back in the present now, and the beam is shot up and destroys the satellite. The Doctor explains the latest goss to Unit, but then the Toymaker shows up and shows off with an incredible performance of Spice Up Your Life. Unit tries to shoot at him, but their bullets are turned into balloons. The Toymaker then gets in the massive laser beam where him and the Doctor fight it out in one last game. But the Doctor makes an offer to the Toymaker. He offers that the Toymaker can come with him. Think of all the good he could do. They could go out in the universe together. But the Toymaker politely declines, shooting 14 as he wants to play a game with a different faced Doctor. So Mr. Tennant starts to regenerate. However, he's interrupted and tells Mel and Donna to pull, where the 15th Doctor then just plops out of him and they split into two persons. This is because of bi-generation. On a very rare occasion, a Time Lord will split into two bodies instead of just regenerating normally. Both the Doctors challenge the Toymaker to one last game of catch, and because there's two of them, they win. The Doctor then banishes the Toymaker from existence forever. The 14th Doctor is upset about all the dead people, but 15 confronts him as he's already lived out the rest of 14's life, and they walk off into the distance all happy. But then someone's hand comes in and steals the tooth that the Master is trapped in. Shooty and David talk about Adric and Sarah Jane and Rose, and we, the audience, start bawling our eyes out. The Doctor and Donna talk, and Donna tells the Doctor that he needs to slow down and retire and live a normal life. The Doctor says, yeah, okay, but he cannot let the TARDIS go. He says it would be too difficult. So they get a mallet and whack the TARDIS and it duplicates because... Well, I don't really know why, but it just does. 15 flies off and they salute each other. The 14th Doctor is now sat with Donna's family, and Mel shows up, and they all have a nice catch-up and a gossip like a real family. The Doctor then says that he's never been so happy in his life, and then roll credits. Absolute cinema. Okay then, that brings us to the final watch-through of the series. I must say, I really love this episode, and it is definitely my favourite out of the 3 specials. I think the Stucky Bill is really creepy, and it brings back the sort of vibes from when you're younger. You know, when I was younger, I saw episodes like The Empty Child, I saw episodes like Blink, I saw episodes like the Cybermen Age of Steel, whatever the blood clot is called. Episodes like that made me want to hide behind my sofa, they made me want to get tucked into bed, they made me want to never be in a dark room ever, and I can see Stucky Bill definitely replicating that. If I was 7 years old still and I saw Stucky Bill, I'm crying my eyes out in fear. Something really clever that I think Russell did here as well is when Kate gets the sort of jab taken out of her. It's not a jab, but I like to call it a jab. The sort of bracelet that goes here that gets taken off of her, and she starts thinking, like all the other humans that have been possessed, she starts thinking she's right. She hails insults at Shirley, saying things like, I know you're not really a wheelchair user, I've seen you walk. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I don't really know the full details, the actor who plays Shirley is in a real wheelchair in real life. However, she's not dependent on a wheelchair. Okay, she is. I'm trying to phrase this in a way that I'm still trying to learn myself. She needs a wheelchair because for some reasons, and I don't know why, I should have done some more research, she can stand up and walk for a bit, but she needs a wheelchair as well. So Kate saying this isn't a lie. She's not making it up. She's not saying, I've seen you walk just as a thing. She's saying it because she has seen Shirley walk. And I think this is a clever play from Russell T Davies because a lot of people were saying that about the character of Shirley when she was announced to be part of the new lineup. There are a lot of memes and trolls online of people saying nasty things like what Kate was saying, and I think it was a very early prediction from Russell, thinking that people would say these sort of things, and that's why he's now said it in the script in a way to make us look at Kate who said it and think, Kate, why have you said that? That's really wrong. I think it's really clever from the RTD, I really do. I also really like how they made Donna notice the peaks, so you know the bit where it's like la 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 la. Donna figured that out. It wasn't the Doctor, it wasn't some high-tech person at UNIT, it was Donna. And I really like how they get the companions involved, as well as it just being like a Doctor know-it-all fest like the 13th Doctor was. If you've seen this video the whole way through, you know I hate the 13th Doctor. I hate her. I hate her so much. There's not a likeable thing about that character. I hate her. Anyway, moving on. David Tennant does a little bit of a telling off in this episode to the humans, saying that, you know, it's not just Stucky Bill that's making you act up this way, it's because that's how humans are on the inside. Without the perception filters, without having a barrier of things you can and can't say in your head. That's how humans act. And it was said in a very clever way that makes you sort of stop and think and go, yeah, you're right. Rather than the 13th Doctor telling us off because we're polluting the planet. Again, I hate her. I hate her. I like the pure fear and anger on Tennant's face when he realises that Neil Patrick Harris is the toy maker. He's so scared inside and angry that he tells Donna to go back to the TARDIS, which is something he's never done in this way before. Sure, in the Sontaran stratagem, he sends her away because she wants to go away. Sure, but this is out of his own fear for the planet, the people, and himself and his friends. It's really heroic, but obviously Donna being Donna doesn't, and she stays. Speaking of Neil Patrick Harris, I think he was great at the Toy Maker. He captured everything about the character that makes him so feared. From the accents to the personality, and just the way he says things is terrifying, and it makes really great telly. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the salt. I've had beef with this salt now since Wild Blue Yonder. I have no idea what it's about. Now I watch this episode, I don't know what happened the first time I watched this episode for the first time. It's so obvious that the salt is what let the toy maker in, but for some reason I missed that. So I've been thinking that everyone at Who Culture's mental because they've been talking about this salt, and I'm like, mate, he's just sprinkled some salt on a spaceship, it's not that deep. But it is that deep. It is that deep, and it's so clever from Russell. It's so clever. It's a really unique plot that I've never seen been done on any other TV show. Granted, I don't watch many TV shows, but this seems so unique, even for Doctor Who. It is incredible. Incredible. I also really like how we get to see the 15th Doctor before his first episode. Obviously, this is a brand new era for Doctor Who, and there's many people, including myself, who took a big break from Doctor Who during Jodie's era. Again, I hate her. Who came back for the 60th specials, who I'm now still watching because I fell in love with Shooty in the Giggle. I think it's really important to give us a little tease of what the character's like before their first episode. So take a post-regeneration scene, like, for example, when Matt Smith regenerates into Peter Capaldi. The Capaldi we see in that 20 seconds after the regeneration and before the closing credits gives us a big taste into what the Doctor is like in Series 8. When Christopher Eccleston regenerates into David Tennant, we get that 10 seconds of what David Tennant's going to be like in the Christmas Invasion. David Tennant regenerates into Matt Smith. We see Matt Smith being all like jolly, happy, or mental, and that's what he's like very much as the Doctor. So on, so forth. And I think it's great that we've now had an extended version of that, because Shooty's in the final 10-15 minutes of the episode. We get to know a lot about his character and what he's like as a Doctor. We get to see he's very fun and energetic and happy, but he's also very caring. And as someone who's watched season 1 and loves it, that is very much Shooty's character. Very clever, and I'm very, very happy we got it. My final thing that I want to mention that actually really made me tear up in the final scene is Mel. Melanie Bush. Shame about the last name. But Mel's great, and in the start, near the start of the episode when Mel reunites with the Doctor for the first time, she mentions how all her family is still gone. It's a bit of lore, look it up. All her family is still gone, and she's on her own, basically. And then in the final scene, we see a garden party with the nobles and the Doctor, and then Mel shows up. And that touches my heart anyway, because I think Mel had no one, and now she's got this family. But it's then confirmed by Sylvia telling Mel she's part of the family. Mel enters the house without knocking because the door was unlocked, and, you know, she's a bit late. And yeah, Mel said, "Oh, I hope you don't mind, I've just walked in." And Sylvia goes, "No, it's fine, you're part of the family." And that to me is so touching. It like, whatever, Sam, yeah, whatever, mate. But it makes you feel it there. You feel it because Mel had no one, and now she's part of this great family with the Doctor and Donna. It's really beautiful. It really is. And it's a big, you can relate that to your real life. You know, there are people out there who don't have a family, don't have many friends. It's proof that that's not it. You don't just give up. You'll always have someone. You've just got to find them. And that's the tough bit. But Mel's found her people. And I'm really happy for her. Overall, the Giggle, definitely my favourite out of the 3. And I'm going to rate it a 4.8 out of 5. Which I think is really, really good. That's really, really high. The highest by far. They've definitely gone in ascending order for me. So like the Star Beast being the worst, Wild Blue Yonder being the better than that, and then the Giggle being the best overall. But I think the only thing that could have made the Giggle a bit better is just the rushed story. It's not rushed fully, but it's very much we need to get through this because it's an hour. Maybe if it was an hour and a half, there'd be more time to adapt on certain bits, but that's just nitpicking. I really love the episode, and I'm really glad I rewatched it again. So that's it then. That's the 60th specials covered by me. Done. I've had a blast making this series, or if you're watching this in one full video, I've had a blast making this video. I've really wanted to play on these video essays for a long time, but I've just never had the drive to do it, until one day I woke up and went, I'm going to do it. And I'm really glad I have, but I've really, really overworked myself in the past 5 days. So if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribing with the notification bell on, if you're interested in content like this, alongside top 5s, reviews, rankings, theories, all sorts of stuff to do with Doctor Who, please do subscribe, because it would mean the absolute world to me. We're growing at such a fast rate, and I'm so glad to have you all by my side. In the meantime, why not watch another video from my channel? Head onto the channel now, I've got loads of them. Or don't if you don't want to, because that's fine as well. Have a nice rest of your day, and I've been Sam from Cybus Industries, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.